Thursday, January 23rd, and yesterday was a damn good day for my portfolio. The Qs continue to kill it. We're up, the algorithm got you in at 519. We're going to go over a bunch. The Bank of Japan, 10 p.m. tonight. You could see a mid-August style thing. I was on the phone. We'll talk about the Bank of Japan. I will also try and draw some Fibonacci's in Trendspider live right here. Okay, they taught me about Fibonacci's, and it goes to show you why I want you on that top tier with the unlimited one-on-one training with Trendspider is because you can do shit like this where you just go to a course and you can, somebody teaches you 2-point Fibonacci's and 3-point Fibonacci's, and they show you how to do it. It's interesting. And these guys are experts. They're product experts when they teach you. So you just ask them, hey, can you show me Fibonacci's and show me potential, previously? We're going to look at Palantir and we're going to look at how it monitored support. Using the Fibonacci's. Biggest movers, how it's just more about earnings. Bitcoin or semis, which one do you want? Financials outperform in presidencies. We'll talk about Apple. Is it overdone? Talk about NVIDIA and Salesforce and Palantir, and then earnings. And I will show you how I found a stock that is going crazy. And we'll look at that stuff. And American Airlines beat on earnings as well, but that one's down. And the reason is it's kind of a crazy story, but we'll go over all this stuff. So the Qs, again, you're sitting with an RSI at 64. Your MACD is just crossing. It's crossed the oscillator. The strike line is just crossing the oscillator. So you've got enough move that we could still go higher. Again, you could stair step it higher. But when you take a look at a weekly, okay, you're looking at a little bit of a stretch. RSI is at 63. That green line that you see right there, that's drawn by me. You remember trend lines. You touch put two trend lines for support. You can see decreasing volume. If we go back and we use this manual volume by trade, and we pull it back to a recent low, okay, let's see where people are buying from this point. Okay, this is a weekly chart. So it's going to be, back here. This was the August 5th low because we're going to talk about Japan as well. Are people buying up here? Yeah, they're buying up here. You got a shelf at 513, okay? You got a decent shelf building at 520. The ultimate shelves are still down below 500. So you want this below 500. That's how you want to look at the Qs. Even though the 4-hour may get you in at 519, if you don't feel comfortable, if you're not looking to, buy at the all-time highs, just buy. I mean, for me, I added at 519. So it is what it is. And you know what else is? Roaring Kitty's back to tweeting. He posted this video. I'll save you a minute of your time. It's basically him waiting. We don't know what he's waiting for, but GameStop pumped. So he's still got some market power in there. And here's an event announcement for me, okay? I'm going to be on Substack, so you need to go get the Substack app, not Substack.com, dailystockpick.substack.com. You need the actual app, and it needs to be on a mobile device. I think you can still use an iPad, but it will be what I'm calling a stock battle, okay? The stock battle. The rules were, it's going to be myself, James, the pragmatic investor, and Nader, real chart champ, who also, by the way, is my he's my Trendspider affiliate. So he's really good with Trendspider. He was teaching me Fibonacci's yesterday, and he's also evacuating. So he might not be on there. He's in Southern California, just so you know. And there were fires last night, but 3 p.m. Eastern time today. The rules were one stock. We're going to make our pitch. 3 to 5 minutes. Remember, we can't show our screen, so I might turn the camera around to show you charts and things. 2 weeks from now, we're going to come back. I'm going to put up a poll and say, who did it better? Myself, James, or Nader? Whose stock are you buying? And by the way, their communities are coming as well. It's going to be on my Substack, but they are coming as well. And so we should have a few people in there. Hopefully, it'll get replayed. I hope you can share it out. I'll provide links to it, blah, 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 the whole thing. But 3 p.m. live. If you can't make it live, just know there will be a replay on the dailystockpick.substack.com. But it should be interesting. The rules were one stock, and we'll come back in 2 weeks because the market, we can make our pitches and you can love the pitch. That's why I want you to take the actual poll when we put it up. Who did it better? Because the ultimate truth is just going to be the market. And what did the market tell us? Who won? So it should be fun. Again, it's more about fun. But I'll tell you, these two effers, they were telling me about the Bank of Japan last night and how at 10 p.m. tonight, 10 p.m. tonight, the Bank of Japan is making a rate decision. What happened the last time that the Bank of Japan made a rate decision? It was August 5th. Let's take it back. August 5th is right back here. See that line right there? I'm going to pull this back so you can see. See how it's one of our touch lines. Okay, it got to the bottom of the Bollinger Band. It got to the 50-day. If that happens, we're going back to 476. That would be quite a pullback in one day. So again, the Bank of Japan, these two effers were also telling me that the Trump meme coin is a great investment and it's got more room to run. So it should be fun. Again, you can hear me yell at those two. It's interesting. Now, I want to try and do something that Nader taught me yesterday. And it's Fibonacci's, okay? Fibonacci levels are, I'm not a Fibonacci guy. I'm not a guy that uses Fibonacci's. We're going to get rid of this Fibonacci. Let's go to the weekly because that's where I was drawing this Fibonacci. And I'll point out to you, we're going to remove this, but I want to point out to you, there's two different types of Fibonacci's in Trendspider, okay? You can draw one that just uses the bottom and the top, okay? And it will tell you where your support is. And if you want to read up on Fibonacci's, you can. I'm not an expert. I am far from an expert, but I try and learn these things because Nader is a big believer in this and says Fibonacci's work. Here's Palantir. This is a weekly chart. How I would read this, okay, let's get rid of the Fibonacci's. And how I would read this is look at the MACD, super high. Look at the 200-day. You're at 20. The stock is trading at 80. Look at the 50-day. The 50-day is at 38. What has it done? The last time it got to the 50-day, it just crashed down. But this is a hype rally. So, valuations don't matter because you can't look at valuations and say it's overpriced because the market is saying it's worth 70. And look at how it's holding on to that high value area right there before it broke out. So, the two Fibonacci's, if we just look at this and we put this here, okay, you can see support at 60, support at 69. You can see it, right there if you want that Fibonacci. But there's another one that actually I liked. And so it's the 3 Fibonacci points. And so he told me to draw the Fibonacci, and I've got it in my notes. You do it at the beginning of the move. Let's see, the beginning of the move, the top of the move, and then the pullback. So we haven't really seen a pullback in Palantir. And I'm going to do it in May 2023. Okay, that's the beginning of the move. We'll go to the top of the move. And then the pullback, I would say right there, that would be my support level. And I don't know if this is the real kind of Fibonacci, but it kind of shows you that we may have more room to go up. And it does look like the 73, 72 area may provide support. If you lose that support, what's interesting to me is you go down to 55, okay? Then maybe you go down to 40. So there's big moves down with very little increments in the resistance up. So do I want to own this one? For me, not my thing. We'll go into another software program that I think is more valued in later in the podcast. But I like this. This to me is an interesting one because I can take this and I can look at Bitcoin. I can go to Bitcoin. Let's see, upper tilde BTC USD, and we'll pull up the Coinbase one and we'll look at Bitcoin. Now, 4 hour looks like it just got you out. It's weak today. Bitcoin today is weak. You can see we've been putting in that range right there. If we go and look at a weekly on Bitcoin and we just pull this one in and we do the 3 Fibonacci's here on Bitcoin, we can look at November 2022. We can see that one. And then we can look at the pullback. Let's pull back, right? Or we'll pull. Let me get rid of this one. Remove this Fibonacci. We're going to, again, I'm just a moron trying to show you that the tools are out there and you can do this. And then we'll do the pullback. Look, it does look like you've got much more room higher. And in fact, when you get to that 145, there's a clear move to 178. So I thought that was interesting. Again, Fibonacci's not my thing. I'm just learning about it. Should be interesting. Now, I do want to point out the biggest movers on Thursday, okay? Knight's Swift Transportation rose 6%. Khaki, all earnings. All earnings. What are the losers? Well, it's diluting on ASTS, and it's a news catalyst on EA. So what's pushing stocks up? It's earnings. Earnings. You want to be able to look at earnings. And here on Earnings Hub, we got asked about AXP into earnings. You've got Texas Instruments. You've got Intuitive Surgical this afternoon. You had GE, Union Pacific, American Airlines. They all reported. Go and look at which ones are reporting good earnings, because you want to buy good companies with good products, with good profits, and good management. I was listening to the guy this morning from Davos, Workday. I like the CEO. Told my girlfriend at the breakfast table, I may buy this just based on the CEO. Couple of thoughts. Maybe I'll put a little elevator pitch on Workday into that one. So I thought that was interesting. Now, Prospero AI, they have an app. It's free. I don't pay for it. They do have a paid portion. They do have a paid newsletter. I use this app because I was on Spaces with them. They've actually done really, really well over the last year. And I think George is their CEO's name. They noticed some net option sentiment, MicroStrategy, and Coin. It's the way the app works is when you see these the net options short term, it means it could pump. I thought it was interesting. Again, I am double leveraged in MSTX and CONL. Now, have I made money? I think CONL is down compared to where I bought it. Let's see. Today, this one should be down about 3% on CONL. But I bought it with the 4-hour algorithm. 4-hour algorithm to me is fine buying it. I don't see it turning over on the 4-hour just yet. I may put a stop loss in there. MSTX is in my Webull account. And again, I bought this one on the 4-hour. Bollinger Bands are cinching up. Maybe it's going for a little run with the MACD down below there. The RSI is at 50. I'm a believer in Bitcoin. So both of those are two that I bought. And again, if you use Prospero and you find a stock that they say is bullish, pull up the app. Go and look at the stocks. Go and do your own research. That's what it is. And remember, your research includes tools. First one is Trendspider. We just looked at the Fibonacci stuff. Learn how to use Fibonacci's. Learn how to use moving averages. Learn how to use the RSI, how the MACD, all of that stuff. And use Trendspider. And part of the reason why I steer you towards this unlimited one-on-one training, I am not a master on Fibonacci's. I could be. You know how? Unlimited one-on-one training. Find it from a product expert. And that's why I steer you towards this advanced tool. If it's not in your budget, okay, then at least get the standard or the enhanced. The enhanced comes with a free one-on-one training session. So if you're new, at least you get one session with enhanced. Now, if you need additional training, you can pay for it. In fact, I talked to Jason from Trendspider last night. He may do his own training kind of stuff where he offers you a Calendly and you can create set a schedule and an hour with just Jason and say, okay, I want to learn this. He may train you. Again, talked with him last night about it. That might be an opportunity for you. But again, if you have Trendspider, I would urge you, or if you're interested, go to the advanced tab. And if you're not using Trendspider, you're out of your mind, because it's great. You may say, well, I'm making money anyway without Trendspider. Wait until we have a bear market. It's great in a bull market. And remember, we are in a bull market, just in case you didn't know. It's great. Now, in a bull market, you want to be able to find new stocks. How do you find those stocks? Well, there's a Seeking Alpha bundle deal. Okay, you get 2 2 services and you save $159. Again, we're talking about tools. You get premium. You'll see me go through this. There's a stock at the end that I'm going to go through that we found just on Seeking Alpha Premium. Okay, top stocks. It went from $8 up to $40. It's trading at $40 right now. Okay, show you how to do that. You get your virtual analyst reports. You get everything that you need to actually just go to Prospero and then find a stock, or to Twitter and say, oh, I know how to look at this because I've got both Trendspider, Seeking Alpha, and you know what? I just got my new Alpha Pick, which is a curated bundle, a curated portfolio of stocks where you get one on the 1st, one on the 15th, and they alert you when to sell. And why would you want this? Well, because when you buy the portfolio, you're up 177% versus when during the time period when the S&P is up 58%. It continually outperforms since July of 2022. Okay? Not even 3 years. And you've more than doubled your money if you had this portfolio. Personally, I tried picking these stocks, and this is how you can use it. You can use it as a suggestion. Oh, I should go buy this. I tried it for 8 months. I did not beat that portfolio. And a good example is Sprouts Farmers Market. Okay, this is a stock that they picked way back when. And I said, you know what? I shop there. I'm happy there, but it's not my main shopping. It's not going to be a good one. What happened? Boom, all the way up. Now the 4-hour algorithm got you back in at 131. Okay, where are you trading at? 146. The 4-hour algorithm works. You win 53% of the time. That's how you use these 3 tools together. That came from Alpha Picks. So if you want the bundle, you save $159 off the bundle. Again, everything's on Linktree, linktr.ee/daily stock pick. And if you don't want Alpha Picks and you just want to do your own research, at least get Seeking Alpha Premium. At least get Seeking Alpha Premium. I mean, you can get a free 7-day trial. And if you don't use it, don't get it. Again, free 7-day trial. Try it. But there's your thing on tools. Now let's talk about Bitcoin, because we saw MicroStrategy and Coinbase. They're Bitcoin related. There's a new ETF. Okay. I don't even know the symbol. You'll have to watch this video. It is a 5-minute video. There is a new ETF that's coming out with 100% downside protection. You will not lose, according to the ETF fund manager, Michael Venturo of Tidal Financial Group. Matt Kaufman of Calamos, head of ETFs. He's the guy. But there's a guy commenting on the side as well. They said you will not lose it. Now, they do have other ETFs that protect you where 80% of your initial investment, it caps you on the upside, but they protect you 100% from the downside. So if you're afraid of Bitcoin, this may be the ETF for you. I have not researched it. Not one bit. Hold on. Stop. Daisy, I love you. We're good. But yes. So if you're afraid of Bitcoin, this may be the ETF for you. Just understand that. Okay? Go and watch the video. I'll put it in the newsletter. Now, this one, if you aren't afraid of Bitcoin, BlackRock CEO Larry Fink, he's a big believer in Bitcoin. He thinks it's going to 700,000. 700,000. I'm a believer that we're at 150,000 this year at some point in time. You know what that move would be? That would be a 50% move in the price of Bitcoin. How do I play Bitcoin? A couple ways. I have iBit. I just buy and hold based on this 4-hour algorithm. Okay? Got me an alert here at 56. I bought more at 56. We're trading at 58. We're down 2% today. Buy the freaking dip. Okay? The weekly looks a little stretched. I'm a believer in Bitcoin. If you're not, again, 100% protection from the downside. There's no risk, according to this guy, Matt Kaufman. So, but if you want, watch Larry Fink. He outlines why he thinks Bitcoin is going to 700,000. Now, I believe it's 150,000, and so does Evercore. So The new Trump administration is expected to unlock the breakout above 110 resistance. It does have 110 resistance. We can go and look at it again. Upper score BTC USD, and then we pull up the Coinbase one, and we look at this, and we have some Fibonacci levels up there. I'm going to get rid of those Fibonaccis. They again, they're not living on my charts just yet because I'm not quite an expert. But see, if we just put a kind of line at 110, let's put it right there. See how it's got the resistance? 110. Well, what does the new, this is Rich Ross, head of technical analysis at Evercore, 110. Interesting stuff. Again, this is how you use the tools. Now here's Twitter. They didn't make it easy, but semiconductors are finally breaking to the upside. A TTM squeeze. Again, a custom indicator, and you'll see it down here. Well, I got to bring it. I can't bring it up. It's below my little black line there. But it's a 5-month squeeze on SMH. And it's a breakout. Look at how that clearly got into the wedge and broke out. Do we have more room to run? Let's look at SMH, because I believe that NVIDIA, I don't own SMH, but the algorithm got you in here at 254. Okay, and you can see it bumping up right there. The MACD, a little bit high. RSI coming off of oversold at 69. You're down at 59. So it's resetting. Weekly's reset on the MACD. Okay, look at that nice capitulation right there, like you just saw the wedge. And then you look at the RSI, it's at 58. Could we move? Absolutely could move. Again, this is how you use these things. And if you want to know what SMH is made of, go over to Seeking Alpha. Okay, go and look at the holdings. The holdings, it's NVIDIA, Taiwan Semi, Broadcom, ASML, Applied Materials, Qualcomm, AMD, Micron, 26 names. And if you look at it, it's a buy in the quant, and they go over momentum, expenses of B, dividends, risk, A+ liquidity. It's number 6 out of 93s in the technology. What's the number one? ARKQ, technology and robotics. That's the number one ETF that they rank on the quant. You got ARKW, ARKF. SMH is just number 6. You could go down a rabbit hole looking at that stuff just on the tools. Okay. This is an interesting one. This clip explains how financials outperform in the first year of every president's term. That second one is healthcare. Okay, watch this clip. It's a really good clip with Liz something from SoFi. I really like her. She does a great job of looking at the sectors just based on the first year of the presidential cycle. And we know Trump is going to pull out some of the regulations. So XLF might be a way to do it. Now, if you don't like XLF, you can find other ETFs in Seeking Alpha. But XLF, buy right here in the 4-hour algorithm, $48. XLF, if you think that it's going to crash, maybe you want to use the 4-hour algorithm. It makes you 38% versus buying and holding over 40%. You win 57% of the time. It's better than blackjack. Okay, 57% of the time you win. Your average win 3.69. Maybe you want a leveraged ETF on the financials. We can go and look at what's a financial, FAS or FAZ. Let's see, financial bull is 3 times levered. 3 times levered. Okay, the algorithm makes you 113% versus 100% if you bought and held. You win 55% of the time. Just got you in here at 149. Where are you trading? 170. Okay, the 4-hour algorithm has an ability to take emotions out of the trade and say, I may want to look at this one. That's what it does. So let's talk about my book a little bit, because my book is Apple. Apple struggles in 2025, diverging from the other Magnificent Seven. This outlines everything that you need to know about the Magnificent Seven. Amazon, the Magnificent matches up. These are the rankings, and Tesla's the bottom ranking. Apple's the second bottom one. Okay, Apple has not done well year to date. And so if we look at it, year to date, you are down 9.97%. Okay, I sold a bunch at 257, went up to 260. I thought I was, oh my God, I sold too soon. Nah, didn't sell too soon. I sold thousands and thousands of shares. So am I upset about it? Not really. It's going to come back in my mind. I just think they're too strong of a company to actually, they're making too much money. The valuation is absolutely stretched. They don't have the growth to sustain that valuation, but their profitability is unheard of. Now, that is under attack from the EU. So be careful. You have to know what you own. Peter Lynch, we went over it yesterday. You have to know what you own. I know exactly what I own. And you know what? Webbush says Apple fear is overdone. Shares fall fractionally, blah, blah, blah. Apple is slated to report first fiscal results on January 30th after the close. A consensus of analysts expect the company will earn $235 per share and $124 billion in revenue. Ives maintained his outperform rating with a $325 price target. $325. Okay, it's trading at $225. Doesn't mean it's going to jump after these earnings back up. But you can see the MACD is way down. Okay, we are at levels, 22 on the RSI. That is way oversold. It's down below its 200-day on this 4-hour chart. I mean, we can even look at the daily because there's a lot of ETFs that look at this daily. It is flirting with its 200-day on the daily. When's the last time it was even close to the 200-day? That was May 2024. Okay, and every time, if you look at this daily, it has been a great buy to buy it under the 200-day. So from a technical standpoint, maybe it makes sense. From a 4-hour algorithm standpoint, it still has you out. It got you out with a nice 6% gain right there. Remember, I tried to time it at 257. This got you out around 246. If you want the algorithm, it makes you 43%. You win 33% of the time. I use this to get back into Apple. That's the way I use this. And the weekly on Apple, the MACD, still extended. The RSI has quickly come back to 46. So we might see a little pop in that one. But again, I'm not the only one. Webbush thinks that it could pop as well. Next, Mag 7. It's breaking out again. This is Mag S. Mag S is an ETF for the Mag 7. See how it's breaking out from the channel? This has been just buy during the capitulation, buy during the downturn. When it breaks that, you've been rewarded. That's a daily chart. And if we look at MAGS in the 4-hour algorithm, 4-hour algorithm has you in at 55 and it's trading at 56. MACD, again, down at the oscillator. RSI is down at 57. Mag 7, I owned them individually, but I like all of them. So Apple fears overdone. Mag 7 ETF, I like it. After all the fuss, NVIDIA, part of the Mag 7, still continues to hold weekly horizontal support. When in doubt, zoom out. Weekly charts will tell you, are we in a bull market for this stock or are we in a bear market? This has just been capitulation. There is nothing between 130 and 140 since November. If you're not looking at this and saying, oh my God, we're going to break out, they have to get the earnings. The earnings are going to be a catalyst for this. And it's going to be all the other chip earnings that will come in. But you're clearly seeing it's trading at 144 right now. If we hold that 140 level, like we have been, old resistance turns to new support. And that's the start of the next run. On a weekly chart, the MACD has come down. It's not as extended as it was, but we've traded sideways. Okay, the RSI has traded sideways. So I continue to think that this is a great opportunity. Software is the next portion of the AI trade. So you're going to have to pick your winners. You're going to have to pick your, which stocks you think will win AI. Obviously, Palantir has started to win. CRM has not started to win. But the CEO is saying, hey, in Q4, you're going to see thousands of Agentforce deals. This is him talking his book. I don't know when they report. Let me see. I do own CRM. I own it in my Roth. I bought it at like 220. I think I bought it a couple of times. Algorithm has you in at 334 right there. You're seeing the 311. Where did I get that one? It's from the previous all-time highs. And we pulled back close to it. This one got to, let's see. This one got to 313. And then we've seen it push back up. 323. It's trading right now at 331. Do we have 360 in it? You do, because that's the previous all-time high. Might provide some resistance, but you see the last previous all-time high went right through it. MACD below the oscillator, RSI at 54. They report in February 27th. So it's not anytime soon. When in doubt, pull out. Where's the 311? Oh, look, it's not just March of 2024. It was way back here, the 2021 highs. And it's using it as support. If you can buy this anywhere near 311, just buy it. MACD still stretched. RSI at 58. If you see this one pull back, buy it. Mark Benioff is talking his book. He wouldn't be out there touting this stuff if the earnings weren't fantastic. Okay? And we talked about Palantir. It could be the next Oracle or Salesforce over the next coming years, says Webbush. Okay? They moved their price target to $90. We just looked at those Fibonacci levels. Is $90 in there? Let's go to a weekly. Let's look at a weekly on this one. The weekly is $90 in there. Oh, it's one of these. It's in between the next leg up, which is 84 to 101. You're trading at 77. Might make sense. Palantir a bit overpriced, but valuation has not mattered on this one. Where's Wall Street at? Their average price target is still 46. This is the Tesla move that we saw in 2018. So I'm not in this one. I don't own it. It's just an interesting one. Another interesting one today, GE Aerospace. This is up 10%. They had fantastic earnings, increasing the dividend by 30% and a $7 billion buyback. It's up 10%. Again, earnings are moving stocks. American Airlines, AAPL. This one had earnings and they are down 7%. This is a crazy story. Okay. They beat and they guided light. And the reason they guided light is because versus what Wall Street said, they said Wall Street didn't price in their workforce labor increases. And the CEO was on CNBC this morning and he said, you know what? This is the first time in my 3-year tenure that I'm not in contract negotiations. It's a good thing. Where does Wall Street think that, again, it's an airline. It's not a great industry, but 17, 18, okay? The average price target is $20.24. You're going to see some ad. Wait for a few days if you don't own this one. Airlines have just been in an upward, look at that, in an upward trend. This isn't pulling back to the 14 level. If you've been in an airport, tell me that demand is going down. Wall Street, again, buy, strong buy. The quant has had it as a strong buy since, let's see, $12. And again, you're trading at 17. It got to 20. So the tools are in here. Again, Seeking Alpha is a great one. Every now and then we'll go to the top stock section. Okay. And you look at it and you say, well, what does the quant really know? Well, take this PSIX. I bring this one up all the time. Okay. When the quant says it's a strong buy, we can go back and look. It's been a strong buy forever. This one became the top quant strong buy at $4.20. That was May 14th. We started looking at this one around June. Somebody in the Facebook group went in and said, this is the strongest buy. Well, let's look at PSIX today. It's trading at $40. That's 10 times your money from where you bought it before. Okay? That's 10 times your money. They just got NASDAQ listing. It doesn't make sense to go over to Trendspider because the chart's messed up from when they moved to the NASDAQ. But it's not $1 billion. It's $924 million. So it's not even I think it would be labeled as a small cap. But you look at the valuation, making money. You look at the growth. They're losing 11% revenue year over year. But look at all the EBITDA growth. Levered free cash flow down 81%, but everything's good. And you can go and let's go look at what it says about the growth. Their competitors, Cummins and Caterpillar. The growth metrics are phenomenal, with forward earnings per share growth at 80%, vastly outperforming the sector's 8%. Okay? Again, this is a stock where you can just find it. So I want you to use your tools. One of the things I'm going to go over this weekend is how do you find stocks like this? Well, I'll give you several different ways. But this is one that just found. We can go to the top stocks now, and you can look at KNIS. KINS is Kingstone. This is an insurance, property and casualty, $190 million market cap. It's got a 52-week range of $2 to $18. Quant says it's a strong buy. When did it move to a strong buy? Move to a strong buy at $9.88. Where you're trading today, $15. That's a 50% freaking move. So again, how do you find these things? You use these tools. The tools are all at Linktree, linktr.ee. You can find Trendspider. You can find the Seeking Alpha bundle, which is what I suggest. Or you can just buy the Seeking Alpha stuff separately. You can buy here, right here at $30 off your premium membership, and you get a free 7-day trial. Go and try and find those scanners. Then use Seeking Alpha or Alpha Picks. 2 stock picks. I've over $100,000 invested in this portfolio, and it's done perfectly fine. And I bought in October. I think I bought one at highs in November. I'm not worried about it. It's a buy and hold. It's a no thought process portfolio for me, which is what I love. I don't have to do a damn thing. So if you just want a portfolio that's going to outperform, that has outperformed, I should say, future stuff isn't predicted. But again, it's outperformed significantly. It's Alpha Picks. And you just buy on the 1st and the 15th, and you sell when they tell you to sell. That's it. And you get $50 off when you sign up using my link. Again, everything's over at Alpha Picks. I'll include scans. We had a couple. I'm going to put them in. Why not? Viking Therapeutics is one. VKTX. This is one that's rumored to have a GLP-1 drug, which has been out of favor. It has been out of favor for a while. The algorithm makes you 60% buying and holding. You're still up 295% from 2 years ago. So you can see it pumped up during this time when GLP-1s were super, super hot in February of 2024. If we look at a weekly on this one, it's gone to shit. I mean, honest to God, it's gone to shit. You're going to see it go back to probably its 200-day at 21. But if you want to trade the algorithm, again, the algorithm wins 29% of the time. At some point in time, this one starts to turn around. That 200 days still positive, 50 days still positive. So it's a biopharma. I'm not a big fan of it. It is what it is. mRNA, Intuit, and Monster Energy are the other ones. If you want to do those charts, if you want anything else, let me know. I am available. Linktree has all of my contact information. Sign up. I'll see you at 3 o'clock today for the stock battle. Okay. Talk to you later. Bye.
I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears.